Tonight, we're taking a closer look at what happens when drugs are found at local schools. This comes after edibles were found at Wright Middle School. Our News 19 Shelley Garzone, she spent the day getting answers to questions parents might have. Shelley, what did you find out?
Yeah, that's right, JR. I was able to dive deeper into some of these questions after it was reported that a student at Wright Middle School brought drugs to school. Now, these were in the form of marijuana-infused candy, also known as edibles, that were distributed among students at school. Now, I spoke with school resource officers who work to track down these harmful substances in schools. Here's what they had to say.
Most of these edibles are coming in the form of junk food, you know, what our kids love. So you have your Oreo packages, they come in cookies, candies.
Deputy Kalima Grant is a school resource officer in Richland County. She tells me students should not take candy or any food products from their classmates.
Any child selling candy or even asking, another child to try a piece of candy would be questionable because they didn't see the packaging if they're just handing them the candy. And it's in the form of something that they like candy and junk food. So I would say for parents to encourage their children not to, purchase anything from children on campus.
According to an incident report from the Richland County Sheriff's Department, last week at Wright Middle School, several students ate a gummy candy that came from a wrapping labeled cannabis-infused sour gummies. According to the report, several students reported that they were high. The school released a statement saying the edibles were brought to school by a student. Here's a look at what some of these packagings might look like. Deputy Grant says it's key to look for THC labels or words like stony.
Because it comes in the form of a sweet treat, sometimes that can lead to overconsumption, and that can cause them to maybe, when you eat some cookies, you eat about 3 or 4 or 5. You don't eat, just 1 or 2, so that can also add to the reaction from the drug infused inside of the cookie or candy.
There were over 300 calls in just last year, and this year we've had over 200, so almost, looking at the math, almost 1 a day where we're getting calls on edibles, and most of them do involve small children, but even up to teenagers and also adults.
Dr. Jill Michaels is with the Palmetto Poison Control. She tells me parents should look for the following signs if they believe their child may have taken an edible.
And what we tend to see in children and even teenagers as well, and some adults, you get really over sedated. You don't think clearly. You might be very unsteady on your feet. And so for kids, they can get so sedated. We do recommend hospital referral because sometimes they're so sedated, they're not eating, they're not drinking, so they may need IV fluids. They need their blood pressure and heart rate monitored while they're there.
School resource officers recommend always checking in with your kids.
Just be in your kids' business. I would say that, the things that they have in their book bags, because, looking at it really quick, it would look just like a normal candy package. So I would take it and I would look at it and I would examine it, just kind of be really aware of what my child is bringing home.
And if you believe your child has taken an edible, the Palmetto Poison Control says you can call them free of charge to get immediate help with what steps you should take. JR?
All right, Shelley, thank you so very much.